So who works for you? Like, what's your team like?
So I have a absolute full-time producer who edits and comes out and shoots with me. We've been working together for a long time, me and Curtis. And he'll be in my workshop. You know, we have the office on the mezzanine. He'll be in there at 6 a.m. editing, you know. Then I have another editor who maybe edits like one video a month, and he's out in Chattanooga. Rich he edits all the newer flip bike videos. I used to edit so much. I love editing. I miss editing. I still edit a video every once in a while because I feel like I'm the only one who can edit it. There's too much to talk about and to explain to an editor. But now I've offloaded my editing to Curtis and Rich. And that's saved a lot of time, and it's allowed me to spend more of my time on ideating, scripting, coming up with plans and all that. I have a variety of subcontractors that I deal with, and I also have a communications manager. Now, Daniel, my communications manager, has just massive amounts of knowledge in the bike industry and contacts, and he's really good with words and scheduling and keeping everything. So he handles a lot of the administrative burden. All the messages coming in. Hey, try and find me this. I need it by this time to make this video. He handles all that stuff. Oftentimes he handles travel plans. He didn't handle the travel plans this time.
This one.
He would have done a way better job than I did. And sometimes he'll even come with me because when I'm on location doing something, there's all sorts of stuff I have to deal with. And he's more effective at it than me. And he can make sure that I can focus on the video. But that's pretty much my team. It's very small. Like some brands we've spoken to have been astonished that it's that small of a team. And
because your numbers,
yeah,
like in the bike world, like who competes with you? So there is, because you're a media basically.
Yeah.
You're a media.
Sure.
Like you review products. You do a similar job to a company like Pink Bike that gets end product, they test it. Obviously, they do paid partnership with some brands. They go to location, make a video about a subject. Other YouTube channel like Global Mountain Bike Network or Global Cycling Network. Sorry, Global Mountain Bike Network.
Yeah.
But your numbers are, huge. What is it, 2.8 million on your main channel?
For the subscribers,
yeah,
I think that's right. Maybe it's probably around 2.8, 2.6, something like that.
And then you get two other channels, the Spanish one.
Yeah,
and
there's a Spanish one. I don't know what we're at with that, but Burn Peak Express, which is like product reviews and dumb equipment tests, that channel is at over 1 million. Might even be 1.3 or something. I forgot what it is.
So like over 4 million in between those channels, which is huge. So you would expect someone like yourself to have a team of 10, 15 people.
Yeah, no, it's just us. And I'm the one that's writing all the content. But having the time freed up to do that has made us so much more efficient. I've had to adapt a lot over the years because YouTube changes, my own life changes. I have less hours and I can only work a normal 40-hour work week now. I end up working at night and it ends up being more, but I used to just be able to work 100 hours a week unimpeded, and I didn't have to be efficient. I could do it all by brute force. Now I need the help and I need to be efficient, and that small team allows me to do it because they're all good people who are really, really, if you just hire 3 whatever people who are not really good at what they do, maybe that works in some situations. You're doing something that's not particularly skilled or of low consequence. If you have the very, very best people, you can get a lot done with just a few of them. And so being able to do that, and yeah, it's true, my numbers, if you look at my numbers over the course of a month, it's comparable to a big media outlet. they're per video, they're getting fewer numbers than me, but they're also posting a lot more content. They're posting articles, they're posting videos. And so it ends up being comparable. But each video is a lot more important for me because it has to perform.
Yeah.
I don't have sponsors. The video absolutely has to perform or my kids don't eat. Is
YouTube your only source of income then?
As of right now, yeah, my YouTube business. There are other parts of that YouTube business, like merchandise, for example. But yeah, it's...
But everything is linked. Your merchandise sales are going to be
totally
much lower if the videos are not performing.
It's all part of the YouTube business. All that, whether it be merchandise or the book that I just wrote, it's all part of this. It's all under the same umbrella. And so each video has to perform or it doesn't work. It has to. So in the future, I would be willing to take on some sponsors that made sense, but not a bike company.
You could take something like, I know, so one of the video I've watched of you, I watched the entire thing, even though when I clicked on it, I had no interest whatsoever on the product, but it was, so you have that big garage and you bought off Amazon or whatever, I guess a second floor for your garage?
Yeah, mezzanine.
And I had no interest to buy anything similar. I had no interest to rearrange my garage and yet watch the entire video and even clicked on the link of the product because I was just curious about it. So I feel like you could partner with something like Home Depot or, maybe Best Buy for video equipment. And that doesn't conflict with any of the products you are reviewing.
No.
Especially if it's a retailer, because then they sell a bunch of brands, right? So you can pick up.
And I'm such a sucker. I paid full retail for that mezzanine. I could have, tried to contact the company or something. And
I'm
do
sure
that
with
often.
the affiliates, though, you made the money back.
People accuse me of being it's not that damning of an accusation. I mean, being sponsored is fine. But when I paid for something and I'm doing a video and being completely honest, it kind of pisses me off when somebody's like, oh, paid. Oh, that was a paid review. And it's like, no, it'd be kind of great if it was and I could get paid for this, but I bought the thing. The Walmart bike videos, like I did a video on the FS2 that I bought from Walmart. I said mostly bad things about it, actually. And somebody's like,
I looked at it yesterday.
Walmart paid for this? It's like, I guess you don't understand how paid stuff actually works, But if somebody pays for something, I disclose it. There's nothing wrong with it. That's how YouTube creators make money, right? And as long as they're not doing anything on the sly or trying to hide it, it's very ethical. And I think, in fact, when I'm watching a creator and I know that they have some solid sponsors, I'm like, great, they're going to stick around. They're going to be able to keep doing this.
Yeah, that's a good point. So we've chatted about your team. Now what's a week in your life looks like?
Well, I work a fairly normal week now. Yeah, I have kids. I get up. Oftentimes I'm helping with breakfast and stuff. And then I try to get out to the office by 8 or 9. And I work till 4:30 or 5. Sometimes I have to push it till 6. And then after the kids are in bed, I'll usually go out and handle a few more things. Tidy up the workshop or work on some thumbnails or something like that. I do all the thumbnails. I'm the person who is behind Photoshop and taking the pictures and everything. I feel like it's just easier that way.
I've seen how much time you spend.
Yes.
And also, I mean, from hanging out with you, I've learned a ton. Like, you come up with a title and a thumbnail, at least the idea, or what you want as a thumbnail, before you even start riding your bike.
Yes.
A few weeks ago, actually, you told me, so for that video in Squamish, like, here's my idea. The title will be this. And for photo, I'm going to need a photo that's going to look like this.
Yeah.
And that's basically what we did yesterday.
Yeah.
And was me, I'm, very beginner. My focus is riding. And then I'm like, okay, from the day, do I have anything that could be worth it for a thumbnail? And then I come up with the title after I've done the video, which is, I understand, is the wrong process.
It's doing it backwards, yeah.
I do it backwards. But yeah, so I understand now that you have to be in control of title, thumbnail, and the script.
Because the first thing somebody's going to see is the title and the thumbnail. Well, they're going to see the thumbnail first. If the thumbnail is interesting enough, they're going to see what the title says. And then the video must be completely congruent with the title and thumbnail, or else they just feel like they were led astray. And that's really important because a long time ago, YouTube had to figure out how to serve videos. And so they said, this video is getting more clicks. Let's serve it more. This video is getting more views. Let's serve it more. And what started happening is everything became about thumbnails. And I'm sure any of us who are old enough and have watched YouTube, remember an era where you would click on a video with some outlandish claim and the video had absolutely nothing to do with it. And that's when the word clickbait started to become really popular. And YouTube is like, okay, we have a serious clickbait problem. This is bad. Like, it's like, and the most successful people on YouTube are just straight up lying because that's the incentive structure. And so they switched it from clicks to watch time. How long is somebody watching this video? And that fixed everything. Because now, if somebody clicks the video and 4 minutes in, they realize they're being duped, they're clicking off of it. We've all seen thousands of YouTube videos. And so we're hypersensitive to it as viewers. The viewers have changed. And so if your content is not completely congruent with the title and thumbnail, the watch time is going to be really low, and then YouTube is going to bury that under a mound of rubble. You'll never see that video again. And so you have to make a good video, you have to make it engaging, and the title and thumbnail has to accurately represent what that video is about. But you have to be extremely economical with words. So the title has to say so much in the shortest amount of words. It has to be something that's going to apply to, or is going to be understandable by the largest amount of people possible. And then the thumbnail you just have to keep removing elements from the thumbnail and only keep the important things.
Make it simple, clear, visible.
Yes. If there's a street sign in the video that has some words on it that are not relevant, you should crop it out. So that you should make the image a little smaller, so that's cropped out, so that there's not something else distracting. You have to remove as many elements from that thumbnail as possible and take the perfect picture that is going to illustrate what the video is about. If you can tell what the video is about without even reading the title, that's a great thumbnail. If the thumbnail makes you read the title, that's a great thumbnail. But the video is still the most important part, because if you have the worst thumbnail in the world, but you have an awesome video that really keeps people engaged and they watch for a long time, YouTube's just going to just shove it down people's throats until they watch it.
I've definitely noticed that with like documentaries. Sometimes the thumbnail is just a very simple image of scenery or something. Doesn't really say much, but yet the views are really high because the actual video is amazing. So the fewer people who click on the video watch the entire thing. And so therefore YouTube is just like pushing it because like, this is good stuff, you should watch it.
Yes. And so you should never think of a video as an idea for a video. You have to think of it as a holistic concept. This concept is something that, first of all, people are going to click on, and then you're going to be able to deliver on. So if you can deliver on something, but you can't get people to click it, it doesn't have that's a bad idea. Don't do it. But if it has all the ingredients, okay, now I can spend time and money on this because I know